Hello, my lovely hummingbirds. On today's episode, we're going to be doing a rainbow sunset look. To kick it off, we are going with our completely out of stock, no longer in sale, Urban Decay Electric Pressed Pigment Palette in the shade Chaos. Try saying that 5 times fast. Yes, this palette is no longer in existence. I do not recommend using expired makeup. Please don't do it, but I am determined to finish the entirety of this palette because I absolutely love all of the colors that are in it, and I will finish every single shade in there. So for this look, we are going to start off with a very exaggerated wing with the Amy Winehouse wing, if you will. Rest in paradise, lovely. But we are going to basically do a very extended wing, a little past our brow line and on pretty much most of our lid. And you are going to repeat that on the other side as well. Oh boy. Also, on this episode, I'm gonna kick off makeup and motivation, this segment where I will give advice that nobody asked for, but I really hope it helps someone out there. This episode, of course, is going to revolve around why pride is important. Let me introduce to you a lovely lady by the name of Bella. So Bella grew up in a Latino household where being gay, being lesbian, bisexual, a part of the LGBTQ plus community was seen as perfectly okay and normal unless it didn't happen under her family's roof. Bella grew up confused and conflicted and honestly terrified of what would happen if her family found out that she not only liked boys, but she liked girls equally as much. It was one hell of a road. And she thought she was all alone. Thought something was wrong with her. Thought that, honestly, she was going to burn in hell. Because she also had a very Catholic upbringing, along with a very Latino upbringing. Up next, from our Purple Haze palette, we're going to go in there with the very gorgeous shade of... Oh, do you see that purple? It's so cute! It is the shade Wax. And we're going to do that above our wing and just blend it all out so that it looks like the purple and blue melt into each other. So, Bella, very traditional Latino upbringing. And then Bella grew into her teens and started experiencing sex at a very early age because that was also something that was not discussed in her home. She wasn't the safest. She didn't know how to be. And then ended up at a high school where sex education was not taught. Y'all know that fucking scene in Mean Girls where like you get chlamydia and die? Basically how it played out. So here she was, her teenage years, very confused, very conflicted, doing so many things behind her family's back, behind some of her friends' backs, because she didn't know how to come forward about it. Because that fear of, oh my God, what if they find out and literally kill me? Not that they would, but that's not a possibility she wanted to find out about. Thankfully for her, she was surrounded by what seemed like every little bi bitch in the city. And she started to feel a little less alone. and started to realize that what she was afraid of, that part of herself, was actually very normal, and she wasn't alone. And then her first Pride experience happened. Up next, we're gonna grab our favorite eyeshadow base. And we are going to, like, literally, I can't even say pat that shit down, but like basically into the form of a gorgeous butterfly spreading its wings in all its extraness and love and passion and beauty and all that is you. So make sure you expand that bitch outwards, okay, on both eyelids. Make it really just look like it's opening to the world. Then Bea, when she went to Pride, started to realize, holy shit, it's not just people using me for my sexuality and their entertainment, and it's not just a, oh, this is fun in the dark, but, you know, in the light, you can't really show it. And it gave her the strength to come forward a little more and more when it came to her fluidity of the way she dressed, of the way she expressed herself, and as well as the people she chose to date. However, for Bea, that part of her still remains somewhat hidden. It remains in Pride. It remains with her friends, with her selected family. Because it's not something she can necessarily voice to the people that birthed her and raised her, and to some degree that part is still hidden from fear of repercussions. That's why Pride is very important. It gives people the strength to know that they're not alone. It gives people the hope that one day things will be more accepted. Now, don't get me wrong, my lovely hummingbirds. Yes, there is still a whole lot of mess and chaos within the LGBTQ plus community as well. But there are those moments with those selected few that are absolutely amazing that makes it so worth it. Now for the next part, we're going to use 3 shades, Keef, Faded, and Pass It. Pass It you are going to use on that upper part of the butterfly wing that you made. You're going to use Faded in the middle, and then Keef is going to go right at the bottom and into the waterline. It's going to look so pretty. Trust me. Trust the process. As we were discussing, even if just for a month it's highlighted, even if just for a month you get to live as freely yourself as you possibly can, and it gives you the strength to keep pushing, and to every month thereafter and every year thereafter be more and more of yourself, celebrate. To all my allies out there, educate yourselves. Things are not easy, and everyone has a story. Some are more traumatic, harder, more difficult than others. But every single person there has fought their own battle. May this Pride Month, may this year bring you all the strength that you need to live as authentically as yourselves as you possibly can. Up next, we're gonna go in there with the shade Trap for our upper brow bone area so that it sparkles, because living as a caterpillar when you are meant to be a butterfly is the trap. As Bella soon discovered, you cannot go on living your life as half of yourself, because it's exhausting, it's draining, and honestly fucks with your head in so many ways that, well, is it worth it? Up next, we're gonna go in with our Prelude Chroma palette in the very sexy golden shade that is Eros. We're gonna add that to the inner corners, a blend up and out. So we're just gonna make it look really sparkly, like the golden hour. When everyone tries to take all the sexy ass selfies, I still can't get it right. Light sensitivity, y'all. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the fuck out of this Pride Month. I hope it is everything amazing. Everything you need it to be and more. Dramatic novella hair flip. I'm gonna put on the rest of my face and we will return. In the meantime, go ahead and follow me on all of my handles. And there's the look. Super cute. Went with like a nudish lip because, you know, I just really wanted the eyes to pop. I hope you guys try this out. If you do, make a video, tag me in it. I would love to see your rendition of it. As always, les mando mucha paz, muchos besos, y les recuerdo que miren hacia la luna, sending you much peace, many kisses, and reminding you to always look up at the moon. Happy Pride, my lovely hummingbirds. I love you so much, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye!